Polar bear is under great threat both from habitat loss as well as from overexploitation in countries like Canada that still allow commercial exports of polar bear parts around the world.
Where is the biggest demand coming from? What country is demanding polar bear skins or polar bear parts?
Well, currently, the United States doesn't allow any polar bear parts to enter since it's been listed as endangered since 2008. But other parts of the world, like Europe, Asia, Russia, Japan, and China, all still import these skins that are fetching huge dollar value on the international market.
Now, the Canadian Inuit population says hunting is critical to their own population's economic survival. They say they can earn, on average, almost $5,000 for every polar bear skin. So they are going to be happy with the outcome of what happened at your conference. So if that's the case, and if you wanted to protect polar bears by preventing the hunting of them, what other alternatives does this native population have for earning a living?
Well, that's a great point. It's a short-term benefit at best right now. The world's best polar bear scientists say that 2/3 of the world's populations of polar bears will be extinct in the next 45 years, and the rest will slowly disappear by the end of the century. So different governments, if they're worried about the long-term benefits that Inuit should get from the economy, should be looking at alternative ways for them to earn income and do it now before the polar bear disappears.
And Canada, the EU, and Norway, as I mentioned before we came to you, they all opposed the ban, saying the real threat is not really the hunting of bears, but climate change. And they actually say the population at around 20 to 25,000 polar bears is at a healthy level. I imagine you don't agree with that.
That's correct. Polar bear populations are declining. The best science says they're in great trouble right now. The countries that came against us are correct. Habitat loss is the largest and chief threat to polar bears, but it's being catalyzed, their imperilment, because of unsustainable harvest for commercial trade, for trophy hunting. These things are unnecessary. The best way to try to help a species that's facing multiple threats is to deal with the ones that you can. Climate change is a very complex matter, and it's going to take a long time to sort out. But there's no reason that we should keep attacking the species with unsustainable trade at the same time if it can be prevented. And today's vote, if it had been successful, would have banned international commercial trade in polar bears and given them a break at least from that one threat.
Jeff, what's next for you? I imagine you're not going to let this be a major setback for you.
Absolutely not. The parties all reconvene every 3 years to look at this issue. The situation for polar bears continues to get worse and worse, so I have no doubt that it'll be back for a vote again in 3 years.